Hello, everybody. Hope everybody had a good week. I just wanted to give a breakdown of what we saw this week and what I'm seeing this week. So you can see we kind of got a test of the low for the week. Um, in this week, we were down 181 points. Um, I thought we were going to hold this gap, but we filled the gap and it got rejected the last day. I thought we were going to come up and hold above and we were going to hold there, but we didn't. So you can see the rejection that we got there. Pre-market looked really good. Pre-market was here. You can see us. We were trading up, and we finally are trending up all day. And I was able to grab a call off of this VWAP test. There was a VWAP test that was here on QQQ. Where is it? I was able to grab a call off this VWAP test right here because I didn't want to buy any of this, only because you didn't know when they were going to reject. So I was able to grab this VWAP test up to here. That was, I think it was 950 till about, I think, $12. So it was about a $300 trade. I think $280 trade. I'll post it after. So I was able to get that, but Trump had to come in and mess with the market because I thought I was working during this time, so I wasn't able to see this. This portion I was able to actually see this portion, and I put some stops in place. I got stopped out twice, but I was actually able to make it back. But here I thought we were gonna bounce. I was not watching this. I started seeing this right here toward this time, and we had just gotten the retest of VWAP, and it completely dumped down. So around that time is when this information just started coming in. It said Trump will implement. You can see 120 that came in, and that's when the market dropped. So right there, literally, that was the reaction. I guess it was a little bit earlier because he was talking live. That tweet was a little bit late, but you can see right there is when it happened, and ever since then the market sold down. So that happened here. You can see same exact thing. This is the futures market. We tried to retest VWAP, and they just sold it down, and it just continued to sell down on the 2 minute. It sold down on the 30 minute, and we're back down to the area where we're consolidating during FOMC. So FOMC, this is a consolidation here where they supported. You can see, and they've been riding this line here all the way up. We've been riding it up. So I'm sure we'll probably either test this or undercut it like we did here, and we'll get a bounce. But there's still precautionary information to come up because of the negativity about the tariffs and the implementation it's going to have. Hopefully, Canada and the U.S. can come to an agreement and figure something out. But that's what happened. And it was the same thing on NASDAQ. But I mean, same thing on SPY. SPY actually looked a little bit better. We go to the week. SPY down 35 points compared to last week. So again, undercut it, touch of VWAP, and it bounced. You can see again, I thought we were going to fill this gap and I thought we were going to hold. Any close above this gap would have been really bullish, but we didn't get that. Again, we had Trump come in. Again, we had the run up. And this is again what I was talking about, this entry around this area, this buy up to get the retest. I believe I got out somewhere right here, just after that. Somewhere around here, I can't remember, but I think it was on its way down. But again, I said I'll post that after the fact, just because I don't have a way of showing it properly on here without showing too much of my account information. But again, you can see we got the bounce off the VWAP, but it was trending really well pre-market. You can see overnight they're just buying VWAP, buying VWAP, buying VWAP, and then we came up, tested it, and we came down. This is a resistance from here. So this is a high on the 4 hour. So this is the high on the futures. That was a resistance that we tested. So you have to keep that in mind whenever trading next, that we know that this is going to be a solid resistance here. But you can see that they sold it right down. And I don't know if anybody uses anchored VWAP, but you can see how the anchored VWAP here, they literally, once they got the retest, this is the retest, They sold off of this the whole entire time. Sell, came up, and then he had to use possibly either this anchored VWAP here, or you could have used that one. So once they broke the consolidation, because this is a consolidation here, you can see that right here it consolidated and it held. Once it broke that consolidation, you can use this candle and then look at the test, 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 break. Come up here, test, break. So there was opportunities to get short. You just had to wait for them. Obviously, it's hard to tell in this market, but if you use the anchored view up and you anchored the certain areas, like you could have anchored this one here. This is off of the break off of that test here. And again, test, 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 break, test, test, break. And then this one came literally to the point, test, and it broke down right down. And that was a major trade there if you were able to get that all the way down because that went all the way into the close if you're in the right option. Um, so that's how that worked. So again, cautious for next week because of what's going on. Like I said about the this anchor, we undercut it now. So again, we undercut it here, and this led to some bullishness, and then down. So we may possibly get the same trend, but you have to be cautious and be sure. You want to wait for buyers and sellers to decide what they want to do. Meta is moving. Where else would I want it to go? I wanted to show somewhere else. Remember I was talking about Apple? Apple was down. Why is this taking so long? Remember I was talking about Apple. Apple hit the all-time highs and they just took profits. This is just profit taking. And we came back down to the same anchored VWAP that we wanted to see last time. So again, there's a lot of profit taking happening up here, and you didn't even get a chap opportunity. As soon as it opened up, it was down. Literally, as soon as it opened up, they just took profits. Like everybody took profits off of that. And what you'll see now is because of the good earnings, you'll possibly see them start to buy off of this, but you don't want to be too early. But this looks like a good buying area because it's another previous area that they came down to. So this looks like a potential good buying area for Apple. Nvidia is still trying to figure itself out. Still sitting just above this 618 from August. Still trying to figure itself out. It's not going any lower, but it's not going any higher. So it's making lower highs, which is usually shows a bearish position. But until they break this and you see a retest and a breakdown, I would still say that this is being supported on a larger time frame. The chips have not been good at all. Again, what I said about AMD, exactly as I said, it came up to the anchored VWAP. Let me take away VWAP here. Came up to the anchored VWAP and it got sold down. These guys have been shorting this stock so heavily, it's not even funny. You can't. Earnings will have to save it. Earnings is gonna have to save it to try and get it above because everybody is just shorting. Every opportunity it gets, any of these anchored VWAPs it touches from major selling areas, it just gets sold down. And this is 4% move down in a day. Like if you had a short, you were laughing. All you had to do, if you look at VWAP, all you had to do is say, okay, when are they gonna cross VWAP? Because you can see it straight away. Hell is selling. Right here, as soon as you got this cross, you wait either for the retest, that was a retest, and it was a flush. Straight down. Straight down flush. And that's what you wanted. Maybe on the 2 minute chart it look a little bit better. 2 minute chart gives you a little bit more detail, and that's it. That would have been the trade right there. But you can see the selling right away. You just wanted to find where they're selling. You could have taken this one down to here, or you could have taken that one straight down. This was a better trade, obviously. That was a much point move. That was about a 2 point move. That was really nice in the options potentially. So that's that. Um, again, this is heavily shorted over and over again. We haven't been able to find any buying as of yet, and nothing has held as of yet with AMD. So I would be cautious with it if you're going to try and trade it. I think earnings is it looks like it's going to be bad, and they might just break this down. Even if it does not get broken down, it may bounce, it comes up and bounces, and they just reject it. That's what I can see. Um, Go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is rejecting its all-time high supply zone area. This area supply zone. It's a broken VWAP, but every time it's broken VWAP, it gets bought up off of this previous high anchor VWAP. So be on the lookout for this 98,000 to 97,000 area where they potentially will buy. But this is the golden zone, this 92 to 89. If we get any test down here, it'll be a perfect buy-in because this has been getting supported heavily. And I don't even think we'll get all the way down to here. It'll probably come somewhere around here, 95 to 94. But that's everything for today. As I said, I'll post some of the trades that I took on Friday. Just like $1,000 day, and wasn't too much. I was in and out of a lot of SPX options, so it was a solid day. We're just growing a small account very slowly. And I just wanted to thank you. Okay, bye bye.